As we move next here to our cover story tonight, and a new effort at Florida's capital to reform homeowners associations, HOAs, across the state. It's something our I-team has been tracking for months now, and we've been listening to your frustrations with your HOAs.
And to be taken to jail and to be treated like that for brown grass at my own home, you know, like it's horrible.
And you painted this house how many times?
3 times since 2015.
Wow, I don't think anybody around
Nobody
here
paints their house that many times.
Now a Florida lawmaker has filed a new bill proposing a legal pathway to dissolve homeowners associations and a new system to handle disputes. Capitol reporter Forrest Saunders has been following this effort from Tallahassee and explains how it could impact your HOA.
After months of rising frustration from homeowners, news stories, and that rally at the Capitol, Florida's HOA reform debate now has a bill number, HB 657. Filed by Rep. Juan Porras of Miami, the nearly 32-page package would completely reshape how disputes are handled, create a new community association court, and, for the first time, give homeowners a legal pathway to dissolve their HOAs.
This is going to be...
So Florida came out with a bill, House Bill 657, basically targeting HOAs. A lot of people don't like HOAs. HOAs have a good thing behind it. It's the people that run it. Some HOAs are amazing. It depends on the people who are in charge of the HOA. A lot of people that are in the HOAs are jackasses. That's what a lot of people feel. A lot of people know that the people that are HOAs or the head of the HOAs are people that just want to be in charge and want to tell people what to do. They want to fine you for this, fine you for that, put your trash cans up, paint your house, don't have this, don't have that. It's really for the people that's on the board. In a lot of these places, I'm not going to say all, but in a lot of these places are people that don't have nothing else to do with their life. They just want to complain. They want to just govern. They want to tell you what to do because they have the power to do it. If you don't do it, they can fine you. So a lot of people are just upset and don't want HOAs. They want the option to be able to get rid of the HOA. Also, too, rising fees. Everybody knows if you're part of HOA, you got to pay. Typically, sometimes the people feel like the money in the HOA is not going to everything for the HOA. So now you have a position of maybe there's some fraud there. It's just a lot of things that go within the HOA where people are like, I bought the house. I should be able to do whatever I want to do. A lot of these HOAs that you see that people have a problem with, it's not really like a real community as where you have a gated fence, a guard person, landscaping. It's just an area that's been built by one builder and they have an HOA so they can continue to get money off of that development. So a lot of times it is a scam, but it's the people that run the damn HOA. A good amount. I'm not going to say everyone, but everybody knows this. Some HOA has that one Karen that comes around and tells you what you can and can't do. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Ma'am, you should have a job. A lot of people on these HOA boards take the job too serious. And there's a lot of people on the outside that want to be on the HOA board so they can tell everybody else what to do. Typically, it's people that don't have nothing else to do with their lives that wants to be in charge of the HOA so they can nitpick and bother people. Some people say, well, if we don't have an HOA, the property values go down. I don't believe that. I don't believe that the HOA has anything to do with your properties going up or down. It's just a governing body over your community, but they're telling you what to do, but it's my house. I pay for the house. Why are you telling me that my color of my house is this, we're not vibing with it just doesn't make any sense. So I understand why a lot of people in Florida, this is the Tampa Bay area, are really going against it because, going with this bill and want this bill to happen, it's because of people. People make things difficult. We all know that. If you had good people on the board that'll talk to you, that's not being demeaning, that's not trying to be a police officer, then there's nothing wrong with having an HOA. But a lot of these, I'm not going to say all HOAs, but we know a lot of people in these HOAs are caring and they don't have nothing else to do with their life. They don't really care. They just want to tell people what to do. We all know that to be true.
Be one of the largest HOA reform packages of our state's history. We're completely reinventing the wheel when it comes to HOA and condominium disputes.
Porras says the bill responds directly to the outcry from residents across Florida who say they've been trapped by abusive boards, runaway fines, or overwhelming legal costs. Concerns often directed at the state's current enforcement agency, DBPR.
Homeowners are going to have the ability to petition that court and be able to sue their HOA without having to deal with the bureaucracy of the state.
And if folks want their HOA gone entirely, the bill lays out strict requirements. 20% of homeowners must support a dissolution petition. Then 2/3 have to vote to approve it. A judge would then review a final plan before an HOA could be officially wound down.
That's a big deal right there. 20%, that's easy to get. And then 2/3 vote, that's easy. That's easy. Somebody, like I said, we know. If you got an HOA, you lived in the HOA. I lived in the HOA in Vegas. I hated it. I live in the HOA now. Cool. But HOA I lived in Vegas, we had people that were just petty, telling you what you can and can't do. Why are you parked in front of your house? You can't park here. This and that. It was just like, leave me alone. You don't have nothing. There's just people that specifically walk around and tattletale, because with that, you have to pay a fine. That's the bad part. I got to pay a fine for the house that I pay. So, and the thing is, though, you don't know how good the HOA is before you move in. So it's a crap. It's a toss-up. I believe that Florida probably would get this passed, because Florida is also attacking property taxes. They're just giving people the responsibility of home ownership to the people that own the home. There's too many governing bodies on top of that to tell you what to do. I worked hard. I got this house. I don't want to hear you telling me what I can and can't do. This is how I want to live. This is how I want to live.
The bill lands just weeks after Paul and Brandy Miller, a Tampa Bay couple, rallied frustrated homeowners outside the Capitol, delivering lawmakers a stack of letters from Floridians who say current laws offer them little protection.
We're here to have a voice. And to all the people that are out there right now that are on our social networks that are cheering us on via text messages and posts on our Facebook group, they're saying, you know, yay. Thank you so much for being our voice.
But not everyone is on board. Industry leaders say they're currently monitoring the bill, but have previously cautioned that major reform isn't popular. They pointed to polling showing 80% of HOA residents enjoy living in their communities, and argue the real solution is enforcing existing laws, not dismantling associations.
We think enforcement is the right answer, not more laws that may or may not get enforced, to say nothing of obviously the legal contracts that it would violate to try to dissolve and ban a form of living that people have chosen to form for themselves.
Porras believes he has support lined up in both chambers and says this year's reform package reflects years of complaints in a system that, in his words, has failed too many.
I do think that once HOAs or HOA board members start being sued or start having their day in court or have a judge subpoena them, things are going to start to change.
HB 657 now heads to committee assignments, where the next challenge will be getting a hearing scheduled. Session starts January 13th.
I like the bill. I think the homeowners should be getting more protections and should be getting more power for their own home. Like I said, some people become tyrants when they're in these HOAs, and they make it really difficult, and then they fine them up, enormous or obnoxious amounts just because they don't like you. There's a lot of that happening. So I just think that the homeowners should be more empowered than having a board of people that are just being tyrants. We all know that being a part of certain type of HOAs is a nightmare, right? Nitpicking about every single thing. I'm just trying to live here. I paid my money to get this house. Leave me alone. So let me know your thoughts about this. If you live in an HOA, do you want an HOA, or would you keep it, or would you get rid of it? Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Ooh, blah, blah, blah. Well, I appreciate the support. I appreciate everybody rocking with me, watching the videos. Keep it going. Go Getter Patreon coming soon. No Fluff Morning Show coming soon. We're just going to keep it going, keep it rocking. I appreciate everybody being here with me and on the journey. But make sure you get that Patreon. It's coming soon, but make sure you get it when it's out. Appreciate you guys. I'm out.